This one's been a long time coming. This is with respect to a recording series I did a while back. Way back. It was the Electric Shuffle, which was basically I was going to try and become an electrician, so I was going to record the process as a part of, accountability thing, and in general because I didn't know how to do it, and I felt that other people would want to watch someone else figure it out as they went. So, what all happened to that? As I got to 15, and then I just kind of stopped. And the reason is because the end of the shuffle, or rather Shuffle's End, which is probably what I'm going to title this thing, I got all of the paperwork in, and I went in and I took the test, the aptitude test, and did well. I mean, it's basically if you can read and you can algebra, you pass, which I did. And then we got to the interview process, and this is where it gets kind of interesting. So I went to the interview process, and there were a bunch of different candidates there. A few guys from ex-military guys who were already doing electrical work. Somebody was doing work for what's it called, Home Depot. Knew how to drive a forklift, but they weren't necessarily experienced in electrical work. Which I think might have had an unfortunate effect on their interview process, which I will get to. So I went into the interview and talked to them, told them about my previous work experience, because up until that point I had no electrical experience in electrical work, and that was the point. It's academy. You're supposed to be learning how to do that work. And it was an affable personality. I told them I'm really, really excited to learn. I can learn things really quickly. But what they told me was, it doesn't look like you have any previous experience doing electrical work. And I kept it in at the interview, because that's what you do. You don't show your emotions when you're at those. You just put on a smile. And I kind of balked in my brain. I was like, "Are you serious? Is this happening again?" As it's a pattern I've run into with a lot of work, where it's just you can't. You go in and the initial ask is, well, you need to already know how to do this if you're going to be doing this, even if it's entry level. Almost, it's like, and every time I got there, it was like, 2 years already doing this work, but this is an entry level job. This is where you're supposed to get your 2 years. I was like, nah, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, that happened. And to be sure, there was another avenue I could have taken to continue down that path, which, oddly enough, was the original route I was looking to take when I first attempted this thing, which was before I got word of the academy and the fact that they needed electricians, and they would pay you while you work, while you learn and gain experience on the job, and a whole bunch of different things. I basically had curiosity, and I just went to a construction site, and I kid you not, shouted at the site, basically like, where's the guy I need to talk to get this job? Where are they? I need to find them. Who do I talk to? And it worked. Dude dude got in contact with his higher ups, and they're like, "Oh, kid wants to work, huh? Okay. Um, Here's the number. Here's the card. Come back in about 2 weeks, and we'll get you started at $12 an hour." Bing, bang, boom. Now, I didn't take that one for 2 reasons. First was $12 an hour does not a livelihood make in Redmond. Moreover, for that job, I would have needed to actually have reliable transportation. Now, at the time, I probably could have bussed most of the distances, picked up a bike, and used that to cross the remaining distance between the bus stops and the sites, because not all sites are on bus routes. In fact, a lot of them probably aren't, because you're creating the infrastructure that the bus routes are made to reach. With that said, so that logistical aspect aside, the other thing was that, there were a few guys that were already in the electrician's business, electrical work business, and they were like, "Well, that's not the way you do it. You go through the academy. Gung ho, do it that way." I was like, "Well, I mean, it looks lucrative enough, and I mean, you get paid more to learn how to do it on the job, so okay, I'll try this." And, well, I already told you what happened. So, I was kind of soured at the whole thing after that. And, like I said, $12 an hour does not a livelihood make. Not here in Redmond. Even with my ostensibly cheap living situation, there's only so much burden I can put on the rest of my roomies. So, that's that. That is Shuffle's End. It was a sad ending, perhaps, but really, that's a story of my life. I might tell you about it some other time. Anyway, that was that. I wanted to put a close on that, even though it's like all of 3 people were watching that thing. It's not like it's super popular or anything like that. It's just kind of, you gotta end stories. So, Shuffle's End and recording end. Take care, guys.